You very well know that I usually explore SOTDs to find my next project inspiration. However, this time I have taken a slightly different approach by filtering for the no-code category specifically. During my search, I stumbled upon this amazing website featuring a couple of standout animations. One of these was a captivating mouse move emoji that animated in response to cursor movements, and the other was this cool scroll animation. Inspired by these elements, I spent last weekend coding both from scratch using vanilla JavaScript and ScrollTrigger. I was able to replicate these animations closely using just a few lines of JavaScript. In today's tutorial, I'll walk you through the steps I took to recreate these dynamic animations using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new here. Now, let's dive straight into the code without any further delay. Let's start by setting up a container. First off, inside this container, we will need two sections. The first one will be the hero section, which we will refer to as the sticky section because it will remain visible while scrolling. The second section will be dubbed the website content section, which will appear as we scroll down. I will start by adding a navigation bar in the sticky section. This navbar will contain a logo and some links. Next, right beneath our navigation, I'll add a header where I'll display an H1. Moving forward, I will add a tracker area. We will capture the cursor movements when it is inside this area specifically in order to animate the emoji. When the cursor goes out of this tracker area, we will reset the emoji to its default position. Inside this tracker, I'll introduce a wrapper for the emoji. We will divide the emoji into two parts, the eyes and the mouth. Inside the eyes container, I will add two image elements which will act as the eyes. I will add one more div inside the mouth wrapper, which we will later style as the mouth using CSS. Now, let's switch to the rest of the content of our website. Here, I will add a header and a paragraph just so the section doesn't look empty. I will also add some dummy images to fill the rest of the page. That's pretty much it. It's time to dive into the styling and bring our layout to life. I'll start by removing all margins and paddings and setting the box sizing to border box. Next, we will style the HTML and body elements to take up the full width and height of the viewport, setting a uniform font and a dark background to the side. For the images, I'll ensure they fill their containers completely without distortion using the object fit property. Moving on to our main container, I will have it occupy the full dimensions of the viewport. Our sticky section will be fixed at the top of the viewport, covering the entire screen with a striking background color. Next up, I'll add some generic styling to the navigation, exactly same as our previous videos. I'll fast forward some of the parts of this video since these elements are not the core focus of the video anyways. Coming to the header, I'll center it horizontally and vertically using absolute position. I'll also add some common text styling to the header H1. For the website content section, I'll push it 100 viewport height downwards as we want to show it up as the user scrolls. I'm giving it a fixed height of 300 viewport just so it gives us some room to scroll to feel the animation. Now, let's set up the tracker. It will be centrally placed and have a bit lesser width and height than the container. The emoji will also be positioned in center horizontally and vertically. I'll give it a fixed width and height of 350 pixels. I'll also use a background image I created in Figma to use it as a background. Next, I will add some generic styles to the eyes and the mouth.
One, two, three, four.
The section header will display its title and descriptive text with distinctive styling, ensuring they are aligned and visually balanced. Lastly, for the rows of images, I'll ensure they are spaced out evenly with each image taking up equal space. Finally, I'll add keyframe animations for the eyes and the mouth of our emoji, adding a playful and dynamic element to our page. That covers our styling for now. Now, let's dive into the JavaScript portion to animate our elements and add some interactivity. We'll start by setting up our animations with ScrollTrigger. Right after the document loads, I'll trigger an animation on our sticky section. We'll set this trigger up in such a way that the animation continues until we reach halfway through the website content section. This is achieved by dynamically calculating the endpoint of the animation as half the height of the website content section plus the full height of the viewport. This ensures our sticky section remains engaging and continues to transform in the background while you scroll through the content. In terms of specifics, the sticky section will be pinned in place and will transform by moving down, scaling down and rotating, creating an immersive experience as the user scrolls. For the website content section, we'll start the transformation off screen with a smaller scale and a slight rotation, then smoothly transition to its intended scale and orientation. This part of the animation will also be controlled by a scroll trigger, which will orchestrate the timing of this transformation as the section comes into the view. Next, let's make the emoji interactive within the tracker. First, we select the elements we'll be working with, the overall tracker, the emoji itself, and the emoji's face. These are crucial for achieving the interactive mouse move effect. We'll first define a function called moveEvent, which will be triggered when the user moves their mouse over the tracker. This function calculates the position of the mouse relative to the center of the tracker. It then determines how far the emoji and its face should move in response to the mouse position. To get this relative position, we start by obtaining the current boundaries of the tracker using getBoundingClientRect function. This gives us the exact location and size of the tracker on the screen. From there, we calculate the mouse position relative to the center of the tracker by subtracting the center coordinates of the tracker from the mouse's coordinates. With these relative positions, we calculate the displacement for the emoji and its face. The displacement is scaled down so the movements are subtle yet responsive. Adhering to maximum displacement values we have set for both the emoji and its face. Using GSAP, we then animate the emoji and its face to move to these new positions, creating a smooth, responsive motion that gives the illusion the emoji is looking at or following the cursor. If the user moves the mouse away from the tracker, the leave event function is called, which smoothly returns the emoji and its face to their original centered positions. This transition is also managed by GSAP, ensuring the movement is fluid and natural. By attaching this function to the mouse move and mouse leave events on the tracker, we ensure the emoji interacts with the user in real time, enhancing the engagement and playful aspect of our web page. That was it. Hope you found the video helpful. See you in the next one.